Yo, this LOM Rudy, and I just jumped off the porch with Dirty Glove Bastards. They don't know that you done put down plenty demonstrations. They don't know when niggas play you like to send them places. Hell, they don't.
All right, so we got my boy LOM Rudy jumping off the porch with us. Welcome, bro.
What's going on, man? Glad to be here. Appreciate you.
Yeah, no problem, bro. Yeah, I've been messing with your music for quite a bit, since probably last year. So I'm happy to see you here on the porch too, man.
Good looking, man. I'm glad you like it.
Yeah, for sure, man. So, what else have you been working on since you touched down in Atlanta, or what else you got planned while you're in the city, man?
I only came here for an album release party, for real. I'll probably get in the studio while I'm down here, just networking, trying to, connect with a bunch of people that I need to be around for real, and being down here is the best way to do that.
I feel that, man. You come down to Atlanta pretty often or not too much?
Not that often, but I've been starting to come down here a lot more.
Okay. So what do you think about the vibes here in Atlanta? How does it compare to back at home in Michigan now?
I love it, man. It kind of feels like home here too. Like everybody like kind of help each other. Like it's real resourceful being down here. People don't mind helping you, and giving you their connections. They're not really greedy down here or selfish. So yeah. I love it when I come down here. It's just like work for real.
Absolutely, yeah. It's like if you're chasing this rap shit, Atlanta's where it's at.
I'm trying, man. I'm definitely trying to.
Yeah. You think about making that move then, or?
Yeah, it's definitely on the list of options that I have.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
I got you, man. All right, so let's dive into your story, man. So you're from Inkster, right?
Yep.
Okay, so I don't know much about Inkster, man. I think I only had one or two artists from the city sit on this porch, man. So I need you to break down the culture. Is it much different than Detroit? Is it different?
It's real similar to Detroit, but it's different in a lot of ways. I mean, I feel like Inkster is just like a smaller Detroit. It's still crazy out there. People still hustling like the usual, typical with any like small city, but it's probably like 15, 20 minutes outside of Detroit.
Yeah.
It's probably considered like the west side, but yeah, I feel like Inkster is like just like Detroit for real.
Okay. And what I've noticed from the people that I have met from Inkster, they like to represent Inkster.
Yeah, definitely.
It's like, man, don't tell me I'm from Detroit. Tell me I'm from Inkster.
Definitely.
Man.
People, they real like peculiar about that, like specific. They don't like people to say they're from any other area but Inkster.
I can't do nothing but respect that, man. That's that hometown pride right there, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so let's take it back to your childhood. Like, what were you into as a kid growing up out there?
I kind of grew up in like Detroit and Inkster for the most part.
Okay.
My daddy was from Inkster, but my mama she was like more so in the city, in Detroit. So I grew up both for real. Just pretty much school and hustling, like for real. Like I started off real early, like selling shirts and CDs and anything I can get my hands on. Like once I got my first taste of money, like I just was turned out.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. That's a good thing to be addicted to,
For sure.
Yeah. So where would you say like that hustler spirit comes from?
I don't know. I guess my daddy was like that. But like as far as like I just like taking it to the next level. Like as far as like where it come from, it's just something that like make me happy, something that I enjoy doing and I get like a kick out of. So I just always just like throw it in overdrive in anything that I'm doing.
For sure, man. So when would you say you jumped off the porch? How old were you?
Man, I would probably say like 4th, 5th grade is when I was like on LimeWire burning CDs. like I can remember it like it was yesterday. I say like 4th, 5th grade for sure. Early. Okay. Yeah. Real early.
So did you end up finishing school? Did you go to college? Or?
I didn't go to college. I went to college, but it was like every weekend to party with the girls. It wasn't like for college for me. But I finished high school, but no college for me. That's something that I like wish that I regret that I would have did, that I would have should have got the experience that I didn't.
Why do you say that?
Cause I just can't. When people be talking about it and like saying like how fun the parties was, and I don't want to say Delta parties, but what is it called, fraternity parties. Like I never got to witness none of that, so I just don't even get to chime in on the conversations and stuff. Just going to school in general, I feel like that's something that I definitely missed out on.
Yeah. That shit worked out for you, though.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, Rudy. So anyone that's followed your story, man, knows you got a crazy backstory, man. So I think, correct me if I'm wrong, you've been shot 3 different times, 3 different occasions?
Correct.
So like, let's talk about this most recent one, because this kind of like went viral and everything.
Right.
So this is when you got shot in the eye, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, could you break down like what you was doing that night, what had happened? And
I was leaving from a pop-up shop on 8 Mile. My homeboy he was one of the vendors up there and was gonna have his product up there. and I went up there to show him some love and shit. When I was leaving, actually, like people think when I was like, soon as I was leaving, it happened. But actually, I was leaving, and the girl that was in there called me like and told me to come back. I had texted her and told her that I was there. She told me to come back and see her, so I ended up going back, chilling with her for a second, and then leaving again. And that's when I was like pulling up to the light, and I just seen a car pulling up on the side of me. Like when I was looking in the rearview mirror, by the time I looked, they was already dropping the window. I was like, I already knew what was going on. So shit, the first few shots that I heard hit me. So I got shot, and I kind of like drove into like a little wooded area that was right there next to the light that I was parked at. And shit, I ended up getting out the car, running across 8 Mile, and a couple people over there helped me. That's from the video that went viral or whatever, with the lady giving me the water. Yeah.
So you go to the hospital. Are you conscious at this point? Or?
I was conscious all the way up until I got to the hospital, and I don't know if I passed out or if they gave me something to sedate me for surgery and shit. But yeah, I remember all the way up until I got to the hospital. Then I don't remember nothing until I woke up.
Okay. So what's your thoughts on the way to the hospital? Are you like, do you realize how bad it is, or?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, I understood how bad it was, but like I was like just thinking in my head like, damn, not again, because this is the third time at this point. So I just was thinking like, okay, you've already been through this before, you already got through this once. Like, don't go to sleep. That's all I'm saying in my head. Like, don't go to sleep. Like, stay woke, stay woke. And then the police officers that was taking me to the hospital, they was talking to me while we was going and shit, and keeping me like conscious or whatever, driving fast, going over bumps, swerving and shit. So I was cool until I got there.
Okay. So you wake up in the hospital. Do you remember what had happened, or?
Yeah, I remember what had happened. I wasn't really as swollen up as I thought I would be, but shit, I remember them telling me that my eye was messed up or whatever, and I couldn't even see it because it was like bandaged up and covered because I had surgery or whatever. I believe they had to put my eye back in, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh wow.
But yeah, it was crazy when I first woke up out of that. I think it was like a day or two after, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Day and a half, 2 days after, I think.
Oh shit. So where you at mentally when you wake up and they tell you like your eye's fucked up, or are you just more happy that you're alive?
Yeah,
or
hell yeah. Like I was more so happy that I'm alive, like, cause shit, the way that went, like it could have went the other way. So I was cool. I was like mad as hell about it at first, and then when I got home and like just seeing my kids and they looking at me crazy and like, damn, this happened to you again. And they not saying that, but they demeanor is saying that, like wondering, curious what happened. So it was cool. I adjusted to it.
What was your recovery process like?
I had to go to physical therapy. I'm trying to think, this last time, I had to go to physical therapy because my fingers was messed up at first, so I had to just get everything back strong. I had lost some weight, I had to get my weight back up. The recovery process, I mean, I'm still going through it. I just recently had another surgery on my eye, so I feel like I'm damn near back 100% now though.
Okay. Yeah. What's your vision like in the eye right now?
None.
None?
No.
Okay.
None.
So are they suggesting to remove the eye, or what are they suggesting at this point?
No, I believe with time, like they tell me like it shrinks or something, like the less you use it, it starts to shrink. And they can like replace it with another, like a glass eye that look the same, you wouldn't be able to tell, but I don't feel like I'm at that point yet or nothing. Like I said, I've adjusted to it, I can do everything that I was doing before, so I'm not really tripping about it no more.
I got you, man. So do you feel like you're getting another chance at life at this point?
Yeah, definitely. I ain't trying to test the theory again to see if I survive a fourth attempt, but yeah, I feel like this is another chance. So, I'm just using it to my advantage, and, just strictly, I'm straight music now. So, I've been using it to my advantage. It seems like people like cling to it and like the look. So, I'm taking it and running with it.
Did it take you a while to get used to like how you're looking, or?
Yeah, hell yeah, it did. But like I started to embrace it more and more after once I like kind of got to the point where it's like, okay, it ain't no changing it. This is what it is. You're either gonna cry about it or figure something out. So just figure something out.
I feel that, man. So it's like, man, you almost like Scarface, right? Like
definitely.
Keep getting shot, keep coming back, man. Do you feel like curse because you have to keep going through it, or do you feel more blessed because you
No,
keep being able to make it out the other side?
I don't feel cursed or nothing. I definitely feel blessed and like highly favored. Thank God. But you know, I believe in karma. Like I believe in just be able to take in what you dish out. So
Yeah,
I understand it. I'm not mad about it at all. They come with the game.
for sure, man. How many kids you got?
4.
Okay, yeah.
I got 3 boys and my daughter's my oldest.
Okay. So what has being a father taught you about life?
I love it. You know, when I do have my kids, like we have a ball, we have fun. It makes you value stuff way more. Like the last time that I got shot, like I got 4 kids, but all I was thinking about was the little one that I just had, the baby. So, you know, I just was like, shit, I'm not trying to not be here, you know, so. I like it though, it's cool.
Okay. So how'd you get into making music at first? How old were you?
I probably was like 17, 18 when I first started doing music. All of the guys around me was doing music, and you know they just was kind of wanted me to get on the song, I believe, and I ended up trying it, and I just liked it, and you know kept going from there.
Okay. Now, who'd you grow up listening to? You mostly on the Detroit wave, or you listen to everyone, or?
Growing up, like I was more so like industry. I like industry stuff, Lil Wayne and Jeezy, and you know, I like Wiz Khalifa too. But like as far as like growing up, when I started listening to like Detroit music, it probably was like Blade, Icewood,
Okay,
and,
yeah.
Street Lords, and you know, K-Deezy and shit like that.
Okay.
That's what I was on.
I got you, man. So LOM, that was a group at one point,
Yeah,
right?
Loyalty Over Money, yep.
Okay. So how did that all form? Were all you guys like in school at the same time? Were you all from the neighborhood? Or?
Yeah, we always like from our neighborhood. Besides 80s was from the east side, but he always was in Inkster, so that was like some like neighborhood shit that we was doing, and it just sounded good and everybody loved it, so we was just you know doing that at the time.
Did you guys have a big wave at the time? Or?
Yeah, hell yeah, we had a way bigger wave than we knew. Like
Really?
we just now, I'm not gonna say just now finding out like how much like influence we had, but if we would have like knew the power that we had then and just kept going and been consistent, like it would have been real crazy.
Okay. So what ended up happening with the group? Did you guys just kind of just like go your own separate ways?
Yeah, I feel like it happened with everybody. Like, you know, people get older, like people mature, like guys start having kids, and you know, everybody don't be as available, you know, or around. Like some guys got jobs and they don't want to do it no more. Like it's just be a lot. And being in the group, like dealing with everybody, I don't want to say like everybody emotions, but just everybody different energy, everybody got different stuff going on. So it's hard to like upkeep it. So it's kind of more, it's way easier to go and do something solo because it's just you. You don't have to account for, at the time it was 5 of us, so you don't have to account for 4 other people.
Yeah, very true. Now when the group like dismembers like that, were you still focused on music? Like, man, I still want to do this shit? Or was it kind of a tough decision like, all right, let me just keep trying this shit?
I'm trying to think. Yeah, I feel like I was still focused on music when everybody like kind of split up or whatever. Because everybody else was still doing it. You know, I didn't want to be the only one like, I don't want to do music. Everybody else doing music. I'm gonna do something else. But yeah, I kind of still like clung to it, and I kind of got a passion for it. So you know, I just continued to stay with it.
Yeah. So what was one of the first songs to really blow up for you as far as solo wise?
As far as solo, 56 bars.
Okay. Yeah.
56 bars on Multiple Hustles 1, and that's our first tape. So you know, it's like 12, 13 years later, and that's all people remind me of. Like, that's your hardest song. I'm like, that's one of the first songs I ever made. Like, that shit was so long ago. But yeah, I feel like Multiple Hustles definitely was like my top one that everybody loved, solo wise. And I wasn't even solo yet. I was still with the group when that dropped.
So what's your creative process like? Do you prefer to write your raps, you prefer to punch in, or you do a little bit of both?
It depends. Like, certain beats make me feel like different ways. Like, sometimes I write in my notes, sometimes I just freestyle, sometimes I might be sober, I might be high, I might be smoking, it depends. I got a lot of different processes. Like, I can hear a beat and I won't write to it. I just like wait until I think of something that's in my head, and I might not make the song to it until a week or 2 from now.
Yeah.
But like I got a bunch of shit already like saved in my head that I already know, like, okay, this go with this go with this. Like,
I got you.
Yeah.
When would you say you make your best music then? Is it like when you're going through some real life shit? Is it when you're pissed off? Is it when you're in a good mood? Or does it not really matter to you?
I think I make my best music when I be high, but other people say like my best music was like after I got shot. Like I got a song called My Life.
That's probably my favorite song.
Yeah, like I guess people more so like, and that's not like my favorite. I like using a bunch of metaphors and shit. That was kind of more of like personal, like experience, you know. But people like that, you know, so. I guess everybody like different stuff. It depends on how I'm feeling. Like I said, different beats get different sides of me depending on what I hear.
Okay. So what were you going through that day when you recorded My Life then?
Man, I'm trying to think. I think I recorded that with my engineer Zero, if I'm not mistaken. And once I heard it, the beat was just so hard. That's like the first thing that came to me. And I was trying to. The hook wasn't gonna be like that. It was gonna be. I was gonna put some kids on the hook singing something similar. But it was so hard how it was, I just kept it like that. And it just came out like crazy. And I felt like I was like telling a story.
Yeah. And the video was hard too, man.
Yeah, definitely. Me and my videographer definitely put that together. That was from the Inkster Fest. We had our first Inkster Festival out there. Inkster Music Fest out there, you know, and we just took a bunch of clips from it and just used it towards it. And I see the crazy thing about it took us like probably 2 weeks to make that video. Not like a consistent 2 weeks, but after we shot the first part, we didn't shoot the second part with me sitting next to the body. We didn't do that till like another 2 or 3 weeks later because I was trying to think of something like creative that, you know, people would like.
Yeah. And
it hit me and we went and did it.
So you pretty hands-on with your music videos then, with the creativeness?
Yeah, I create everything.
Okay.
Majority of the time, like sometimes I get help from the videographers and we work together, but majority of the time we run with the ideas that I have.
Yeah, no, that's dope right there.
Yeah.
And you got Boldy James on the remix.
Yeah,
so how did that come about, man?
Man, I've been fucking with Boldy he used to come up to my studio before I went to jail.
Okay.
So he was real tight with Rambo from LOM from the group. I just reached out to him. I was trying to get him to do it for me. It took him like 2 months to do it, but he told me he was gonna do it for me. And he finally knocked it out. And he actually sent it back to me. He called me and had the verse done and let me hear it over FaceTime, but never sent it to me. So like I was chasing him for like a month and a half, 2 months later, and he finally got it to me.
Okay.
Probably like a week before the tape came out.
Oh wow, so last minute shit.
Yep, last minute, hell yeah. But he got it to me and it came out hard. I wanted to shoot the video, but I believe he just had like a real bad accident.
Yeah, we praying for Boldy.
Yeah,
right
definitely
now,
get well, Boldy. But yeah, hopefully he get better. And when he get out, we definitely shoot that whenever.
Absolutely, man. Yeah. How long did you have to sit down for?
I was gone for 21 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what was like the biggest takeaway by having to go through that situation?
Probably being away from my kids, and like that was my first time in prison ever. So just like being away in general, like I just wasn't used to it, and I had to adjust to it, and you know, learn how to not be around the people that I'm used to being around every day.
Real shit, yeah. Definitely an eye opener, you know, kind of going through them situations. Like, all right, I don't want to end up back in here.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So what's the music scene like in Inkster right now?
Inkster got a nice music scene. We got a lot of people that's making a lot of noise for real. It's pretty much just like Detroit for the most part.
Yeah. Do you feel like most of the rappers in Inkster and Detroit get along? They supporting each other?
Yeah, definitely. Like we get a lot of support from Detroit artists. Peasy, Babyface Ray, GT, Vezo. Like they mess with a lot of artists from Inkster.
Yeah.
Yeah, not myself, like, but everybody else too.
Okay.
Yeah.
And like you said, you've been rapping for a while, man. So what's it been like watching Detroit blow up, these last 5 years, man? It's been a long time coming, man.
It's crazy, man. That like it's what make me believe that it can be done. Like from seeing all these guys, Ray and Peasy, and like I seen them like when it was nowhere, like when it was at the ground level. You know what I mean? So just seeing them like prosper and be where they at now, it'd be like it tell me like, okay, you know you can do it. Like other people doing this, you know you can do it. Like, so I just been using it as motivation and shit. Sometimes taking a page out their playbook if I like something I see, you know. So I love watching it, you know. I'm one of the people that, you know, give props when they do, and I can take something and learn from it and put a spin with what I'm doing and, you know, and help me out. So I enjoy it.
Okay. All right, so let's talk about this God's Favorite project. So, like, when did you start working on this? So did you start working on this after the shooting? Were you already working on it beforehand, or?
Yeah, I feel like only a few songs from God's Favorite was done before the shooting. Like, majority of those songs, maybe 10 or 12 of those 17 songs was done before, no, after I got shot. Only a few of them was done before.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, Spin Again and Lamborghini Truck, all that stuff came after, and it just, you know, I don't know where everything came from, but it just had me in a space to where I'm like, oh, this the best shit I ever created. Like,
did you have like a chip on your shoulder, like you got something to prove with this project?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like that with all my projects, especially with now. Like, I feel like after my incident and after I got shot, like a lot of people like don't want to deal with me no more. Like, it's people that's scared to be friends with me, scared to be around with me. So it's like, I'm trying to show, I'm showing people like, okay, it's gonna get done whether you're around or you're not.
Yeah.
That's the point I'm at now.
Yeah, and it looked like fans were eating this shit up too when you dropped this.
Yeah, for sure, from everywhere, man. My comments on YouTube and Instagram been crazy, and they be saying the weirdest shit. That's how I know it be real fans, because they be
like,
shit.
What's some crazy shit they be saying?
Man, I just was reading something earlier, man. I forgot. Somebody from, where was they from, man, said some crazy shit underneath my comments, man. I'm like, what the hell was they talking about? They be on there arguing with my homeboys. Like, one of my homeboys would say something funny, they'd get on their ass. They be on there like real fans, like they ready to fight. Like, so it'd be cool, man. I'm starting to hear from a lot of people. Like, somebody just wrote me from Africa this morning. Like, you know, I'm a big fan of your music, and it'd be like that with like the UK, like different places that I didn't even know that they speak English, but they listen to my music.
How inspiring, how motivating is that when you get those messages from people around the world like that?
I love it. Like, that's what it's what make me keep going, and I feel like I'm finally like reaching other people. So, you know, it's more motivation to keep going and keep doing it.
Yeah. And you dropped the Deluxe last month.
Yep. I dropped the Deluxe in December too. Actually, Boldy James was on the Deluxe.
Yeah, he's on the Deluxe.
Yep, Boldy James, Allstar JR, and Lil Dale. Yeah, Lil Dale from Florida.
Okay. Break down the artwork, man, and like, what was your creative process when you stepped up to this one?
Which one, with the baby picture or for the Deluxe? That when I posted that picture on Halloween, the Two-Face, whatever. It got so much traction and people was talking about it so much, and I didn't think that it would be like that. So I'm like, I was thinking about what I can make it, and I'm like, that's probably the most recent thing that people like talked about the most. So I'm like, let's run with that.
Yeah, nah, that shit dope too, man.
It seemed like everything that I do something to do with my face or my eye, it get that attention for some reason.
Absolutely, it's like people like, if they don't know the story, they're like, what the hell happened?
It make them want to know.
Yeah, it's like they need to know. And if they are familiar with the story, it's like like you said, you're embracing it, and they fuck with that too.
For sure.
Yeah. You just dropped a video for They Don't Know. Talk about this song.
Yeah, They Don't Know, that's my favorite song on the Deluxe. Like, that's my favorite song on the CD in general. That's a Rocaine beat. I just feel like that beat is so hard. It make the song way better. We shot that video in the house, just on some humbug. Let's just do something, you know, and it turned out pretty nice.
Yeah. Why do you say that's your favorite song?
It's just the hardest to me. Like I'm real specific with the music that I like, and I feel like that was one of them, like the whole song, like I just love every word, every bar. It just make me, no matter when I hear it.
You feel like you were in the zone when you recorded that one then?
Definitely, for sure.
Those are the type of songs, like as soon as you done recording, it's like, all right, this is it.
Yeah, for sure, definitely. I knew that was going on, whatever I was dropping next. Like I have like the songs that's already going on my tapes, like my next 3 or 4 tapes are already done and in my notes, but that was one of the ones I'm like, oh, this gotta go on. Like,
it's gotta go ASAP, huh?
ASAP.
Yeah. Talk about the Checkmate song with Payroll and Babyface Ray.
That was low-key done in 2018. Many people don't know. Yeah, me and Samuel Shabazz was just in the DM talking about that. Like, what many people don't know is like I put the first Doughboys and Team Eastside together, like the collab. I put it together, and the people that's watching this, they're gonna be like, oh, he not lying. Like, we did that in 2018. I think they didn't the one that, I forgot what song it was, but it didn't drop until like either the end of 2018 or beginning of 2019. But yeah, I was the first one to put a collab like that together. But it came out hard. You know, the crazy thing about that is Babyface wasn't supposed to get on that song. Like, he was supposed to get on a whole nother song, and I sent him 2 songs, and he sent the verse back to that one. I'm like, well, this shit's so hard, I'm not about to take you off of it. Like, so we just ran with it, and we ended up, we shot that video in 2022, 4 years later, and it sounded like we made that bitch yesterday.
Oh, wow. So did you already have Payroll on the song when you sent it to?
Yeah, I did. So I think that motivated Ray to go a little harder. Yeah.
Yeah, because back then, like you said, they weren't working together.
Nope, they wasn't.
So talk about how big that was for the city then, man.
You know, I feel like if I would have been able to put it out myself, you know, I would have got a lot more recognition, but somebody else did it, and I just let them take the credit, because I don't mind being the guy in the back. I ain't one of them. I was the first to, but, you know, I don't get nothing from that.
Understood, man. I got the video for Spin Again that just dropped a couple weeks ago too,
yeah,
man.
Hell yeah.
Talk about that song.
Spin Again, that's like my second favorite. After They Don't Know, that's my second favorite. I made that hook off of, I'm trying to think, was that a Lauryn Hill sample, I believe? No, Lauryn Hill was on the song, but I think that's, might be Mary J. Blige, I can't remember. But yeah, that hook just hard as hell, man. And I just kind of based the hook that I made off the original hook.
Okay.
And it came out super hard.
Yeah. Have you and JR talked about doing a video for Don't Work Out?
We actually haven't, and I just seen him yesterday at his
I was going to say, he's in Atlanta right now.
Yeah, I went to his album release party. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm in Atlanta.
Okay.
I didn't say nothing to him about it. It was his day, so I didn't want to bring up no work stuff. So, yeah, we probably just shoot it. I know he about to be real busy with his rollout stuff for his album that just dropped today. So,
yeah,
you know, we'll get it. I like genuine stuff. I like stuff to just happen. Like, you know, I really don't like planning like that, even though you got to do that with the music stuff. But, you know, I just like letting stuff flow, letting it happen.
Understood. Have you known JR for a while? Does that relationship go back?
Yeah, I've known JR for a long time, since he was with Allstar JR, like back in the day.
Okay. All right, so NBC, this is your label, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so break down what it means and how did this start?
NBC is a Millionaire Boys Club, and it started with me and my partner PC, my man's Pay Cash from Inkster. We started it, I think like 2018, but we was talking about it the whole time I was in jail or whatever. But yeah, it's a record label, business, a little bit of everything for real. And he a platinum producer, so he do his thing on his end, and you know, I do my thing on my end, but I'm kind of a solo artist, so I kind of, you know, just try to use the stuff that I'm doing to, you know, put behind the label stuff we got going on.
Understood. Now, do you plan to put other artists on the label?
Yeah, definitely, for sure.
Yeah. So, you know, since your music's starting to pop off, like Major's been reaching out, other labels been reaching out to you?
No majors reached out to me yet. And I'm not in no rush to go with one. You know, I kind of like being independent. I like releasing stuff when I want to. I like everything about not having to answer to anybody. You know, I do need some help doing things, but I'm gonna cross that bridge when I get there.
Okay, understood. So what's some advice you would share to the youth coming up right now?
You know, it's way more ways to get money other than illegal stuff. You know, you can make the same money, if not more, and not go to jail, not risk your freedom for it. You know, and just not just music. Like, it's 1,000 other things that you can do. You know, just in whatever you decide to do, you know, just stay consistent with it. Don't give up. Like, stuff ain't gonna happen overnight. You know, and don't be mad when people don't embrace you and don't help you. Just keep on going, and eventually they're not gonna have no choice but to see you.
Real shit, man. Wise words right there. So, you got any goals set for 2023?
Man, I got too many goals, man. I got a monthly listener goal. I got a goal that I want to reach with selling my merch. You know, I want to have a certain amount of patents filed by the end of the year. I want to have a certain amount of money made, a certain amount of followers on Instagram. I make goals every day. Like, you know, I'm so used to like knocking them down, so I have to like keep on making them. But yeah, just, you know, help as many people as I can to get to where I'm going. You know, probably move out of Detroit. That's one of my main goals. But yeah, that's pretty much it, man. Just prove people wrong. That's my main goal in 2023.
Yeah. I feel like you're definitely on your way to doing that.
Yeah,
man.
definitely, man.
If they're not believing now, then that's on them.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah. Can you show off the rings? Explain those.
Yeah, this my I got 2 NBC rings, and this one say CPT. This for Compton for my neighborhood. This one silver. This one yellow gold. This one rose gold. These, like I say, these 2 say NBC, and this other one say CPT for Compton.
Bro, they bigger than
this one
Super
like
Bowl ring.
This one like a clover, and this one is supposed to be like the emoji that's on my chain.
Okay.
And I think this one got like some dice on it.
Bro, I don't even know if you can get a 4th one on your hand.
Yeah, I probably can't. If I do get any, I have
It's
to
gotta
put
go
them
on the
this
next
end.
hand.
But I don't want no more. I don't like all this clinging and all. Like I lose one of these, I'm gonna be mad as hell. Mad as hell, I lose one of these.
Yeah, and show off the chain too. Let them see the pendant on that one.
It's a casino chip. They probably can't even see what it say. This motherfucker be hitting so hard.
Yeah.
And then on the back it say, the casino never run out of money and the house always win. Wilson did this. Wilson out of Detroit.
Okay. Yeah. That's fire right there, bro. All right, Rudy, guys, shout outs you like to give before we wrap it up here, bro?
Yeah, I want to shout out to all my fans, everybody that's been supporting me, man. Everybody that's back in Detroit, all the artists, all the videographers, all the producers, man. Everybody doing what they supposed to be doing, man. Just keep going. And, you know, like I've been saying lately, if you don't want to see me dead or in jail, support what I'm doing. That's all.
Real shit.
They don't know that you done put down plenty demonstrations. They don't know when niggas play you like to send them places. Hell, they don't know you like that white just like you